We're joined this week for the track guide by a man who's the lap record holder here. He won the first ever Grand Prix in Bahrain. He's led a third of all of the laps that he's ever raced here. He's been on pole position twice. This man, Michael Schumacher. We're sitting at driver's eye level, and I'm going to take you on the way into this critical first turn, and Michael's going to take us up to the top of the hill. So you're approaching at 190 miles an hour, braking extremely hard, incredible amount of energy. As the downforce bleeds off, the car goes up and the back end starts moving around as you're downshifting. Initially, it seems absolutely impossible you're going to stop in time. Then you turn in, bringing the car down to just 60 miles an hour, and then you hug the inside line, the apex, like it's your favourite granny.
So after Martin sort of explained what it means about braking into this corner, which is truly impressive, he's absolutely right, and grandfather has finished hugging grandmother here, I keep on going from here, and that means trying to sort of have an exit out of turn one. That is a compromise, because it's the compromise, what is the best out of turn one, through turn two, up to turn three, because you want to have max top speed end of this back straight into turn four. And that's the point. I mean, you basically have to compromise the exit of this corner here to have a very sweet and good exit out of turn two, because that is the much more important bit. And that's why this corner combination, 1, 2, 3, is so important, that it starts here, everything has to be right here to finish right over there.
I want to go around the track. Let's go further.
Good.
Michael, I've driven lots of different cars through here, and it strikes me that you need the synchronization and multitasking that only a woman possesses, to be honest, because you're doing so many things at the same time, and it's so easy to get it wrong, isn't it?
It is, yes. I mean, one, it is quite high speed. You come in here with fifth or sixth gear, 130, 150 miles an hour, downhill, off camber, braking to a very slow corner. And it's so easy to just lock up the front tire. That means you run wide, you don't meet the apex. You obviously want to keep your brake balance rearward to avoid that this front locking, but that means that you're rear limited. And the compromise between rear limitation and not actually overheating the rear tire, but having the quickest arrival and a nice turn in and a smooth sort of way for the exit, that is a multitasking thing that actually women can normally do much better than we can.
In my experience. Now, you adjust your brake bias more than any other driver. We see your left hand going down all the time onto the quick shifter, and is this a corner where you'd really have to focus on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the key corner where you just have to make very fine adjustment for.
Is it tempting to try to steal some time in here and, you know, really, because every time you come through a corner like this, you think, I was too slow, yeah? And then the next time you try harder and you go sailing off.
That's the point. I mean, you always feel like, well, there must be something more in it, and everything more you try ends up just making a big mess.
Let's take a look at the final corner of the lap.
Stop the run, can't stop the run, you can't stop the run, can't stop the run, you can't stop the run, can't stop the run, you can't stop the run, can't stop.
So, Michael, the final corner on the circuit, effectively, and it always looks pretty difficult to me.
It is. I mean, we're standing here right now with actually quite a decent amount of wind. You're coming down here, you sort of have to calculate. You have a tailwind, you have a headwind, because the braking is pretty critical. Easy to overshoot as well.
Downhill as well, isn't it?
Downhill, exactly. So you think you normally brake later, but it doesn't work out. It never wants to stop. And then the apex, I mean, you want to get it tight, not to lose any space, as the exit gets really tight, and it's a kind of double exit corner. But hitting that curb a little bit too much means the front jumps out, and then all goes wrong. Losing out a little bit of that space available costs you lap time. And the exit is so important because it's a very long straight down to turn one, and naturally that's where you take a lot of lap time from.
Now, 20 years ago we were teammates. We're still hanging around Formula One. I'm messing around on the TV, but you're still inside the cockpit. That's amazing. I don't know how you keep finding the motivation and the energy.
But the motivation is not a big issue. I mean, you know how much fun it is to drive a Formula One car. and I have a little bit of a brake that wasn't intended to be a brake, but that's what it turned out to be. No, that's pretty straightforward, and now the car going better. I mean, once you run up front, it's all easy.
Thanks for finding the time for us on Sky F1.
Welcome, enjoy it.